Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2014. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Harley Brown. In today's headlines, 5K hosted by Star Council on Substance Abuse, Colts owner taken into custody, Tarleton hosts graduate event, more information regarding the missing Malaysia airplane, and water shortages in Texas. Now, today's top story. The owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay, was released from jail Monday morning after posting a $22,500 bond. Irsay was taken into custody Sunday night after being pulled over for failing to use a turn signal, which led to him failing a field sobriety test. Irsay also had possession of multiple prescription drugs. We now go to the Associated Press for video.
Surveillance video shows Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay being taken in by police in Carmel, Indiana Sunday, booked on DUI and drug charges. Police in the Indianapolis suburbs say Irsay failed several drunk driving tests and that he had a stash of prescription drugs in his car. Irsay has publicly discussed his history with substance abuse. In 2002, he acknowledged he had overcome an addiction to painkillers following several surgeries. Last October, he tweeted, quote, "I don't drink and I haven't in over 15 years. Irsay became the owner of the Colts in 1997 following the death of his father, Robert Irsay. His net worth is estimated at $1.6 billion. The Colts released a statement early Monday declining comment until the facts were sorted out, saying, quote, "Many fans have reached out to express their concern and we appreciate their support." Robert Bumstead, Associated Press.
Irsay is being charged with driving while intoxicated and 4 felony counts possession of a controlled substance. Irsay could spend 6 months to 3 years in prison on each count if convicted of felony charges. In local news, the Stephenville Empire-Tribune reports the Star Council on Substance Abuse is hosting its Hang Tough, Don't Puff 5K this Saturday at Stephenville City Park and along the Bosque River Trail at 9 a.m. The Star Council, which promotes drug-free and healthy lifestyles, is supporting National Kick Butts Day and taking a stand against tobacco. Kelly Ulbrich, the Star Council prevention specialist, says the 5K raises money to put on events for the youth since the funding from the Department of State Services and United Way can only be used in certain areas of events of funding. Along with the 5K, a silent auction will also be taking place, including items such as hotel stays, gym memberships, and jewelry. For registration, please visit racedayeventservices.com, and for more information regarding the 5K, contact the Star Council at 965-5515. In campus news, students enrolled in the graduate program or who are planning on attending graduate school are encouraged to attend a special graduate school session. Kayla Wood from the Academic Support Center says in an email that the session for this program is called the Surviving Graduate School Series and will take place next Monday, the 24th, from 12 to 1, with the next installment taking place on April 15th in the Thompson Student Center, room 27. Lunch will be provided as the speaker Laura Helvey Mason shares her knowledge of public and impromptu speaking skills. And now for today's sports, Texas, national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, water shortages are causing farmers to reduce their farming land in the Rio Grande Valley. Texas leads the nation with about 250,000 operational farms, but the amount of farmland in Texas has dropped from 130.4 million acres to 130.2 million acres, a decline of about 200,000 acres. Officials blame the drop on water shortage and urbanization. The water shortages has led to cuts in irrigated land, which is leading to cuts in produce. Urbanization has been a problem for all farmland for the past 20 years. A salesman for J&D Produce, Matthew Bradley, said that the main companies that have kept their production pretty steady throughout the droughts are now face water shortages that are likely to lead to reductions. The Rio Grande Valley farmers will be reducing acreage on certain crops that are less profitable or more expensive to grow. In national news, a California man was arrested on the Canadian border in Washington state on charges of attempting to travel to Syria to fight alongside Islamic extremists. Nicholas Toussaint, 20, of Acampo, California, was taken off of an Amtrak bus just short of the border. Toussaint had begun expressing thoughts of wanting to see America's downfall and fighting in Syria. Toussaint was charged on a single account of attempting to provide material support to terrorist activities. He had numerous previous plans and unknowingly was confiding in an undercover FBI agent. Since Toussaint seemed to only talk about his plans, he is only being charged with an attempt, which carries a 15-year sentence and a $250,000 fine. In international news, there is new uncertainty about the missing Malaysia plane. Officials revealed that an online transmission might reveal who is to blame. Australian vessels have agreed to search the South Indian Ocean, and China has offered 21 of its satellites to help look. Investigators say that the plane was purposely flown off course for hours. The first to be investigated were the pilot and co-pilot, but nothing suspicious came up. Many are still contemplating the many possibilities that could have happened. A majority of the countries in the region of the disappearance are coming together to bring peace to the families of the passengers. The search is still in progress as of now. We now go to the Associated Press for video.
The search for the missing Malaysia jet is pushing deep into the northern and southern hemispheres, but expanded efforts have turned up few clues on what might have happened to the ill-fated flight. On Monday, Australia took the lead in scouring the southern Indian Ocean, one of two suspected paths the plane could have taken.
We will do our duty to the families of the 230 people on that aircraft who are still absolutely devastated by their absence and who are still profoundly saddened by this as yet unfathomed mystery.
With little physical evidence to go on, investigators are looking into the backgrounds of everyone aboard the flight. While hijacking is still a possibility, suspicion has fallen on the pilots.
Initial investigation indicated it was the co-pilot who basically spoke the last time it was recorded on tape.
Officials had previously indicated these words came after one of the plane's communication systems had been switched off, but now say it's not certain when both systems were disabled. Police are also looking at an elaborate flight simulator confiscated from the pilot's home. But friends say the veteran pilot, seen here in a tutorial uploaded to YouTube, took his job very seriously.
In the case of an accident in a plane, as a pilot, he would make sure that the welfare of the crew and the passengers are taken care of before he even thinks about his own safety.
Words that may bring some comfort to those still waiting to hear what happened to loved ones aboard the plane. Maggie Mazzetti, Associated Press. The search for the missing Malaysia jet is pushing deep into the northern and southern.
Partly cloudy skies today, but be prepared for very warm weather with a high of 83 degrees. Today's broadcast was produced by Exandria Rose, Tori O'Neill, and Autumn Adams. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Harley Brown. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.